And we're live. Welcome to 5 Minute Friday. I'm Zach Storms. I'm your host this week, one of the founders at Startup TNT. And every week on the show, we bring on an entrepreneur from our community to get to know them on a personal level, share some laughs, maybe share some wisdom. And today we have Justin from Scription, the winner of our Spring Summit. Justin, how are you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. How's it going, Zach?
It's going really well. Are you ready for a 5-minute rapid fire interview?
Yeah. That's been looking forward to it all day. Let's do it.
I can tell by the enthusiasm all over your face. That's definitely true. Listen, I time these interviews. I got a clock here. I'm looking at my questions here. We got like 7 questions we got to get through. If the interview's going really well, sometimes I ignore the time and we talk for an extra 2 minutes, but you know what? Doesn't matter. Let's get to it. Are you ready?
Yep.
Timer's on. Okay. What's your name and job title, Justin?
My name is Justin Villiers, and my job title is Chief Executive Officer of Scription.
And how did you become an entrepreneur, Justin? Tell us the story.
Okay. It was actually in undergrad. I did my undergrad in engineering at University of Ottawa. And while I was studying, I watched Interstellar by Christopher Nolan. And I watched it and I thought to myself, like, I want to build something that flies, something in aerospace, like rocketry. And my university had no clubs, nothing in that at all. So I essentially created a club, convinced the local military range to let me test at their grenade bunker, relentlessly phoned up Lockheed Martin and General Dynamics and got senior engineers that worked on like cruise missiles and stuff like that to sit with me and talk about how to do it. Assembled a team, nagged my university to get finances, and then Bob's your uncle, we had a rocket team at the University of Ottawa. And it just made me realize, like, testing that first rocket in the bunker, the blast of the rocket is like so loud, you had to block your ears, the power, the heat, everything. In that moment, I was like, I'm in love with, I realized that you can really create anything if you push hard enough. And it kind of, I got bit by the bug of entrepreneurship, and I never wanted to do anything else other than create things from nothing from that point on.
Well, that's an awesome story. I was not expecting this story. Building rockets from scratch. So just to be clear, these are actual rockets that were like exploding on a military base. Yeah.
Like they're J-class hybrid yay rockets. Like I have a video. I don't think I can share it right now, but like, yeah, that's a big tease. But I mean, you got to take my word for it. I'll post it in the chat of wherever this video winds up, and you guys can go watch it. It's really
okay. Awesome. That sounds good. All right, listen. Well, let's talk about Scription. So, pretty awesome story to get the entrepreneurship bug. How did Scription come about, and what does Scription do?
So Scription is essentially a product of decades of knowledge of industry from some brilliant people that we work with. What we're trying to do is power the subscription economy for maintenance and repair. And the reason we want to do that is right now, traditionally, almost all maintenance and repair is done on an hourly model, which means something breaks down, you got to phone up your repair company and they charge per hour to fix it. But I'd ask you guys, if you're being charged per hour to fix something, what's your incentive to fix it fast and fix it well, right? You have an incentive because you're making money when it breaks. You want the equipment to break again. With a subscription-based maintenance model, everyone wants the equipment to stay running forever. So we align all those incentives up.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I watch a lot of Suits, and it's not maintenance, but they bill by the hour in Suits as well. And they're always talking about, I bill the most hours, bragging about how many hours you bill. So I hear you.
There's no reason to be efficient, right? You're just reducing time.
Yeah. Okay. And sort of like, what stage are you at right now? You were in our summit a little while ago. I'm going to throw like update. Where are you guys at with your company and the product, and where are you at right now with Scription?
Yeah. So we launched the base platform back in May. Platform's going well. We're still onboarding customers. Our target is to at least double our revenue by end of year. We're also launching pilots with top name brands, hopefully starting that in early next year. So we're super excited to be launching those pilots. Over 6 figures in monthly revenue associated with those pilots alone, which is a huge amount. The glory of being in the very large, expensive industry. We're currently raising our pre-seed round. We closed 1.25 out of the 1.5 million we're raising. Now the remaining $250,000 is already verbally committed. So it's been a mountain of paperwork, basically.
That is awesome. And you know what? So where did Startup TNT fall? You raised money at Startup TNT in the spring. Mm-hmm. You actually were the winner. Where did our investment fall in that round? Were we one of the first checks in? How did that happen?
Yeah, like you guys were literally the first due diligence we've ever done, and you actually played a huge part. The data room that we worked on with you guys is the data room that we passed on to our lead investor, who stroked us a 7-figure check, and our follow-on investors who are equally as interested in that. So yeah, like you guys were one of the first. Right when we opened the round was when we did that. I think it was like in June.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's friggin' awesome. This is exactly the type of stuff I love to see happen at TNT, where you basically build out your due diligence process in your data room for other investors, through the TNT process. So, tell us a little bit about that. Why did you join us at Startup TNT? And, do you want to expand, like, what kind of value did you get out of the process? Obviously, you raised money.
Yeah. I mean, the money's nice. The faces are, the friends we made along the way are more important. I don't know, but we had one of our teammates was part of the community already, so they highly recommended Startup TNT. We immediately applied and we got accepted to do that first initial process. I think the most important thing was just having people poke at the business and say, is this correct? Is that right? Because if you remember, we were talking like some of the numbers we put in front of you guys, you didn't really vibe with those numbers right away, and we had to change them and work on them. And having someone speculate and test your business in a collaborative manner forces you to become better on how you present yourself, how you explain everything, and the numbers behind it. So basically, like, some of the value that came out of it was it immensely helped us raise a pre-seed round, because one, we went through due diligence with you guys. We knew what questions we could expect and how to either bounce them or address them properly, quickly, efficiently. But also, we had content, right? When we did Startup TNT, the pitch night, those videos, right? I would just send a video over to someone who's interested about the business, and there you go. You've got a hands-on pitch in a formal setting that you can just fire away as like a content piece to move the conversation forward.
Okay, well, I'm hoping that people get good value out of those pitches and those pitch videos. So that's great to hear, Justin. It touches my heart to hear you say that. Okay, listen, we're just over time, but I got at least 2 more questions I want to ask you anyways. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. You're based in Ottawa. Your co-founder is here in Edmonton. You're really a distributed team. You're incorporated in Alberta, but you're really you kind of embody what I consider like the new reality for startups, which is from day one, you're a global company. You got customers all over the world, at least all over North America. Your team's all distributed. How do you maintain your culture with a distributed team, Justin? What do you do?
I mean, there's no doubt that it's challenging. Whether it's better remote or in person, I mean, that's a heated debate, and I won't even weigh in because there's better sources out there to look at it. But what we do is we make sure to stay connected. We do morning stand-ups with everybody. We make sure to keep it efficient and tight. It's easy to drag on when you're doing virtual meetings, because too many opinions can just drag on the meetings. But yeah, we do morning stand-ups. We make sure we have accountability. So people need to be autonomous when you're remote, right? There's no 2 ways about it. You can't walk over to someone's desk to see if they're working. You just have to trust that they're working. So for us, right from the get-go, it's an understanding that it's the outcome that matters, not the hours per week. All right. So that we maintain accountability. This person will get X, Y, Z done by a set amount of time by the deadline. And then we also just make sure that we have some time to connect, and not necessarily always working, right? Just having a beer, having a drink virtually is still some like bonding that we can do.
Honestly sounds like sound advice for virtual or in-person teams, to be quite honest. So thanks for sharing, Justin. All right, listen, last question. What's your vision for Scription 5 years from now, Justin? Where are we going?
So we're trying to solve a major issue that we truly believe that maintenance and repair isn't being done the way it should be as of today. Ideally, we want to completely change the maintenance and repair industry to have it reflect product usage and abuse, meaning we see a vision where you might pay for your maintenance corresponding to how you actually use the product, otherwise known as servitization. People are getting to the point where you're not paying a maintenance plan for your HVAC unit, but you're paying per hot air. It's kind of like, for example, we work with McDonald's as a brand, and they're notoriously known for the broken ice cream machines. But what if they didn't buy the ice cream machine anymore, but they subscribed to it for a price per cone as they produced ice cream, right? There's all these different ownership models that we can explore in the future. Right now, we're focused on just doing a fixed price subscription maintenance contract, but tons of different ways that we can look at equipment ownership as a whole.
Disrupting equipment ownership as a concept. Love it, Justin. Thinking big. Congratulations on making a lot of progress on the round and launching Scription. It's maybe I'll just make a little shout out to all the entrepreneurs out there that are working on products that aren't quite ready for the market yet. Justin, raising your pre-seed round before the product is market ready, but being really resourceful, building relationships, getting it done. Really impressive stuff, Justin. Thanks for joining us today. I think we'll probably leave it there, everybody. So thank you, Justin. We do 5 Minute Friday every single week. We also run our happy hour every single week. You can join us in Edmonton, Calgary, Regina, Saskatoon, or Winnipeg any Thursday for the rest of your lives. And hopefully more cities one day soon. So thanks again, Justin, and enjoy your weekend.
Will do. Cheers, man.
Cheers.